Hi, Missy.
Hi, Missy. So we just finished watching the play, and
It was great.
yeah,
I rate it a 10 out of 10.
maybe 100 out of 10.
Yeah, and I kept on crying. I kept crying, and then one of them did like a witty joke. And then so with in my tears when I look like this, I laugh. And I think it was nice because I experienced a whole lot of emotions.
Me, actually, it's a mixed emotions. Like what AJ said, it was fun. It's
Yeah.
like entertaining, but at the same time, I was pissed at the writer. Please,
Why?
because she's kind of selfish. Like
What do you mean? Oh, si
Olymp.
Olymp. Yeah.
Olymp. Yeah, Olymp was kind of selfish. Like
Mm.
she wanted to save herself first, and she wanted to back out.
Yeah.
You know, and like
But I think the beauty of everything was the fact that every one of them had separate goals. But all of them had separate goals and they had separate objectives, but then their vision was the same. And they wanted the revolution. But for example, Charlotte, she wanted to kill, or she wanted to take action. And then see Olymp, she just wanted to write, stay back and write, and do her art. And then I think who's the other girl?
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. She was just crazy and she just wanted to redeem herself. And then Mary Ann, she wanted to watch and then see what she was supposed to do. And I think that was the beauty of everything.
Yeah, my favorite character is Marianne, actually.
Mary Ann, really?
Yeah, because she's so very feminine. Like, she's
Yeah.
very, like, into the rights of the women and everything. And she's really fighting for everyone.
Yeah. I think she represented actually like the woke population today.
Yeah.
Right? Because she wanted to fight for something bigger than herself. Well, the others did as well, but I think she was more vocal about it.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, what I interpreted from the play is that a lot of people had to die for us to reach what we have now.
Yeah.
Especially in France, since
Well, yeah.
France is the settings.
Mm.
And like we shouldn't waste those lives.
Yeah.
And we have many unknown heroes.
And we have to continue it. We have to continue it today. And I mean, at this point in this time today, our hyper reality.
yeah.
And the hyper reality presented there, yeah, the hyper reality presented there was completely like I thought I don't know French history. I know Marie Antoinette. I don't know the rest of them.
Yeah.
But the hyper reality made me believe that it was something real. And I think it is based on something real in essence. But
like what the play said, Marie Antoinette was the one who got so famous.
yeah, exactly. And nobody forgot about her. And until now, we're talking about her. Until now, we're watching her movies. We're reenacting her life. Because that's what she did in her life. And I like the central theme, yung who will.
Yeah, who will?
Every single time in every scene, I noticed that they were talking about who will. Who will do this if not me?
Yes.
Right? And it started with Charlotte. She wanted to kill. It started with Olymp. She wanted to write. And I like how, I want to counter what you said about Olymp. Because I really like the way that she said that art is
Oh,
art
yeah.
is history.
Yeah.
And I think it's so valuable. And I think most of us are like Mary Ann, that we forget to see art as something effective and as
Yeah.
something that's helpful to
Actually.
society.
When she said
Yeah.
that on the latter part, I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Like, art is not that much appreciated. And
Yeah.
like, we forget to look into it. But at the same time, it has
Super
yeah.
big impact. And
Yeah, big
I think it influences what culture is today. And I think I really liked it. I actually shed a tear at that part because when she said that art is so much more than what we think it is, and most of us are like Mary Ann. As someone like myself, I used to belittle art so much,
Yeah, me
but
too.
then when I realized that the impact of art could be so great, like what Olymp did, and she died for her art. She died for her art just because of her writing. And speaking of her writing, she
yes,
also
yeah.
talked about her narrative. If you wrote the story, you decide who the hero is. And I think that talks so much about what art is today. Because you remember the reading in Money that
Yeah.
that if you have access to art, you're a part of that elite, of the ilustrados, of the knowledgeable and smart elite. So I think that art really is something so important, but also you have to be mindful of the art that you consume.
Yeah. Like you shouldn't be like biased towards
Yeah.
what you see,
Yeah.
but actually look into it, like the semiotic things.
Yeah. And I like how, I mean, the person who wrote The Revolutionists, she controlled the revolutionist narrative.
Yeah.
And the person who and Rizal, he wrote El Filibusterismo. He controlled that narrative. He decided who the heroes were in that book. So, yeah, I think it was just really interesting.
I feel like Olim kinda
Yeah.
resembled Jose Rizal in some way. Na like it's the
Yeah.
writing that led to this, that
Yeah.
led to that. Yeah. And it takes a long process, like what they say. It's just not a one thing.
Yeah.
It's passed until generations, till generations,
Uh,
and there's no end.
yeah, and there's so many things that we turn our back on.
Yeah.
That we don't realize that it took us so much to get here today. I mean, like, it took us so much to wear shorts and pants today. In the littlest things that are so normal today, if you take the time out to just realize how much it took for you to get there, and how much was cost. And lastly, I want to end with my favorite scene.
What?
When Charlotte died, they all, Olymp and Marianne, waved at her. They paused for a while, and then they looked at Charlotte, and then they waved.
Why
And
is
then-
that your favorite scene?
It was my favorite scene because I realized at the end of the day, they're girls. They're just girls fighting for other girls. And they're just fighting for the fact that girls need to have a right. And I think that was so impactful. And then when they waved, I was like, oh my gosh.
And it's kind of like what you said, they wave, like they're accepting the reality or the
Yeah.
consequences of what they did in order to fight for the revolution.
Yeah, in order to fight for something so much bigger. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for our art takes in this episode. We will see you soon, hopefully in another play. Bye, Missy. It was great. Congratulations.
Congratulations, VC.